Hey guys, welcome to day 14 where we talk all things habits. This is the first day where we tackle habits, and then the next few days we will tackle the idea of thought habits, emotional habits, and relational habits. So, habits is an extremely popular topic, especially within the last few years. James Clear, Atomic Habits, right? We are what we repeatedly do. In essence, the habits that we create determine the quality of our lives. And have you actually taken a good hard look at how you are spending your time? Are you looking at your day filled with busyness, or is it filled with intentionality? Intentionality to cultivate the things that you want to cultivate in your life. I love that James Clear, he doesn't just focus on setting goals, but on who is the person you are becoming. It's not where you want to go, it's about who do you want to become. You are casting votes daily to becoming the person that you desire to be. And you are doing it through small, incremental changes throughout the day and letting go of the huge, big, lofty goals because oftentimes it's not sustainable. And you have to start small and think small and break up with this idea of thinking like, oh, I'm all in and I'm excited and I'm gonna work out 7 days a week for an hour. But you're gonna burn out and you're going to have to learn to go after little bits of better, just as my online habit coach Jenna Zent states, little bits of better. This is the pace of transformation, right? Like it's rarely going after growth is rarely a one steady line. It's messy, it's all over the place, it's curvy, upward process as you pursue becoming the person that you desire to become and ultimately a better version of self. So, casting vision and asking yourself, what habits am I cultivating in my own life to guide me to become the best version of myself? Proverbs 25 says, like a city whose walls is broken down is a person who lacks self control. So, in other words, a person who lacks discipline, who lacks willpower, self restraint, who has no defenses against his impulses and unchecked emotions. So, when we become self aware and establish boundaries in our life to guide that keep the good in and the bad out. That is like what Proverbs 25 says. You're like a city who has built up walls to act as guardrails, to guide and to guard our life. So, for example, your phone, right? If you don't have controls over your phone, it will likely have control over you. And like I said, start small, scale it back, little bits of better every day. Like I did it and I stuck with it. And the weekends, I tended to get a little bit more lax, but there's no guilt and no shame, right? When we are going for little bits of better, we're aiming for progress, right? Not perfection. So set up those guardrails and discover what are some of the things that I need to pull back and what do I need to add in? And we have to understand the power of our yes. So, if we are going to say yes to spending time with the Lord or yes to going after the call of God on our life, and if we can take full ownership of our yes, then there are going to be a lot of no's that follow that. And one of the most powerful things that we can learn is looking at the life of Jesus. Jesus was so good at setting boundaries. Jesus was a master at telling others what he was going to do. He managed himself. If we watch Jesus's life, how he managed his own yes and how his yes meant saying no to a lot of other things, then we can begin to get powerful in setting our own boundaries. So find that resounding yes that you are going after, that you are wanting to pursue and cultivate in your life, and then make that your yes. Boundaries are all about learning to become a powerful person and letting go of people's expectations and maybe even disappointing others. If for me, it's not like if it's not a heck yes, it's likely going to be a no. So ask yourself, are you becoming the type of person that you want to become? Then set some boundaries. So we're going to have to get serious about our yes, that we are going to have to set clear boundaries. We're going to scale it back, maybe on social media, Netflix binging. Like, we are partnering with the hand of God, and He is going to help us become the best possible versions of ourselves. And the outcome or the desirable future, it might be slow or not necessarily on our timeline. We have to release that. Release the outcome and ultimately trust that God, He is the good shepherd, and He is going to take you from where you are to where He longs for you to go. Thanks again for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.